What is going on, y'all? Is Wednesday night. You know what that means. Shane and Wyatt here. Charles is going to be jumping on here in just a couple of minutes. He said he was running a little behind. Boy, it is holiday season, and the list hasn't come out yet, but we've been able to kind of piece it together here so far. And we're going to get into that tonight, as well as going over PRI, the NHRA discussion. Probably touch on the Clay Milliken video that came out as well, and then talk about the Southern promotions. Polo coming up in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The list for that came out, and there were some really interesting names there. And then we will finish off the night with probably Midwest Winter Nationals coming up soon. But Wyatt, how are you, buddy?
Well, as you said, holiday season. Christmas shopping is finally over.
Yeah, I agree. People are already jumping in. Bradley Sturgeon, what's up, buddy? You're heading to Lexington. Oh, yeah, we got Lexington, Kentucky coming up soon, too. Like, really, really soon.
Next show will be right before that happens, actually.
Yeah, they've got a really good lineup coming up. Mr. Dostal is in tonight, too.
Oh, it's
from here to Nebraska.
So, what do you say we get into it right away?
Let's rock and roll. What's up, Dustin? How are you, bud?
This is Jim.
You ready?
So, yeah, I think I'll just start heading into it right away. So,
go for it.
We had a show right before I left for PRI that week, and I wish Charles was on because I saw him there. We talked there too. If you're a motorsports enthusiast, whether it's an engine builder, whether you make parts, whether you're just a fan of motorsports in general, racing and polling, you have to go to PRI at least once. That place is astounding, the amount of stuff there is. You cannot get through it in a day. There's way too much to see, but that's a good problem to have. Bowling World, as we know, it was a little more on site this year. 7 vehicles on site, a few other engine builder types like Noonan's, like DMP Superchargers was there. Heck, there's more than that. Shy Diesel was one of the big ones for the diesel side of it, but no, PRI was just crazy to see. But there's a lot of announcements that come out of it. We can go into that here too. I mean, Bowling Green was one of them. NHRA with their big announcement was another. Other than that, it's just a weekend full of the motorsports world coming together. So,
yeah. I mean, I didn't get to go. I can tell you I will be there next year for sure. I really appreciate everybody that kind of helped us out that week too. I mean, I know you were up there doing the majority of it, but there were more people in the background that don't get recognized enough that helped us out there. But yeah, I mean, the announcements coming out of there, the Bowling Green title sponsor, I thought that was really neat. I mean, that's a new, quote unquote, new blood into the sport, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's called
Maximum
Tire, right?
Yeah, Maximum Tire. I was somewhat familiar with Maximum Tire before they became a title sponsor. You could kind of put 2 and 2 together when Bowling Green was going to announce it, that it was probably going to be something around the lines of a title sponsor. But we were just hoping it is something that, benefits all the pollers and even just the event in general. So it's a good announcement on their part. I think they did a good job with it.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool to
Cody PRI was fun. I did not get to partake in any extracurricular activities, as I know some did, but it was a blast to see all the people and make connections. Heck, one of the first guys I actually did get to see was Clay Milliken. He signed my ID card when I got in there.
So wow,
that was cool. I was we were at the We were at the Summit. We were at the Summit race. I was at the Summit Racing booth, and all of a sudden Clay comes up and starts talking to people, and he just signed my ID badge, so my credentials. So cool. that was one cool thing. But
yeah, I definitely want to go next year because I love motorsports too, and I really was kind of waiting to see what you were going to tell me about it. But yeah, we'll be up there together next year for sure. Getting to meet all these awesome people, making more connections. But I'm with you. It just seemed like Pulling had a really good presence there at PRI this year.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to years past, there's been, one or two. I mean, we had Mikliochi's tractor last year with the Mezzabini at Pick's booth. Jason Schultz's tractor was in the hallway last year. Shy didn't have a truck in there last year. They had a different setup in there, but this year was a pulling truck. Jenny Lidman's truck was there this year. Jeff Hurt's Mini, Theobald's Mini,
Decision
Maker sled. People didn't finally.
That's the first sled that's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first sled that's ever been. I thought that was really, really cool for those guys. And you know what, man? Props to them. I mean, they worked their butt off and they got up in there. I mean, they did it. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else ever be able to say that.
Yeah, it was. It was quite. If you are wanting to go to the PRI show, do it. It is quite a pleasant experience. Yeah.
They've already announced the dates for next year, haven't they?
Yep, they did that. I believe Sunday or Monday when they did that.
Isn't it going to be like the 12th through the
12th through the 14th next year? So yeah. So I can already tell you from next year, there's going to be a larger polling presence already. There's going to be more. I can assure you that.
That's awesome to hear, dude. That is absolutely awesome to hear. Ethan Weston, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Brenton wanted to know if you went back and got one of the pizza boxes.
That was no, I didn't. But if anybody's familiar with the Fazbear movie, Friday Nights at Freddy's, there's like a bunch of boxes of the one pizza that's right next to the convention center. Everyone just walks in and looks and just is baffled by them. It's just
that's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Scott Huntland coming in. He said if anybody's looking for Hemi parts, call Bart at Pro Speed. He has a trailer loads at Elk River, Minnesota. Cool. Mentioned the sled need to move Clintspool to Lucasville. Oh,
I heard that a lot this weekend.
How cool that would be, dude. I mean, imagine this Midwest Winter Nationals on that scale. There he is now. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we're just talking about Midwest Winter Nationals in Lucas Oil Stadium.
Boy, that would be a pipe dream. It'd have to be the monster co-sanctioned deal to pull that off. I can't imagine.
It's so cool though.
That facility would cost to rent for 3 months. We'd have to have it turned over to us for really 7 days to do what we do, and I just
I don't want to think about it. Oh yeah, Wyatt, we got to talk about that too. Beck Center not having motorsports in there anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's been beat to death enough.
But I mean, it's just still it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing, and I know some of the guys who are closest to the fire there are still trying to maintain a semblance of hope that something could be salvaged there in the future. But I just when it's time to put the pen to the paper and sign contracts, I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
I mean, you never know, but
yeah. So
we go in there and sell the place out and clean them out of food and whatever else, and behave ourselves, and you never know. Maybe they say, "Okay, we'll do it again." I mean, you just don't.
Yeah, Charles, what was your PRI experience? Wyatt was just telling his and everything he saw.
It was good. I enjoyed myself more from a network side of things this year, more so than the product side. I didn't really see a whole lot of ooh and ah things where I just stopped in my tracks and started drooling. There were some things that were certainly very cool. But
wasn't the first car that won Indy there?
Yes, it was. In fact, we were basically done for the day. We were tired. We were like, let's go ahead for the north side and, catch our bus back to the hotel. And we walked up that hall that we had not been through before. And I turned and there's the Marmon Wasp. I'm like, holy crap. That's the car. Yeah, that was pretty neat. Actually, they had a few, and it wasn't just that one. There were a few Indy cars in the building from the museum because the museum's closed for renovation. So IMS loaned them out to PRI to spread around. So there were a few. You had to look for them, but there were a few in the building. buildings.
This is a odd comment. Like the show, please just keep it about tractor pulling and not about promoting pools that pay you the most to say their name.
This is about motorsports in general. This is pulling, racing, dirt track. It's all of the above.
It's all the above. So a couple products that did kind of stop me in my tracks that I thought were cool. K-Tex midget engine. It's the 2.7 liter, half a V8. Just the entire right side is sliced off, and you're left with essentially be the left bank of a V8 engine, and it was cool. They're not the only ones to do that, certainly. So it wasn't like shocking to see, but it was a cool piece. Noonan's water cooled billet V10 Lamborghini engine block was a jewel. I mean, just the finishing on it is spectacular, and the first ones I guess have been delivered now to their partner for that. And it's going to go in a DCT drag car that after the first of the year will be at the DCT World Cup, and hopefully gunning for some numbers. That was cool. And then the AWA booth, forged carbon products, and not.
That's what I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, pistons, rods, rocker arms, and they have a push rod that itself is not forged carbon. It's made of a composite, proprietary composite to them. They're a startup company. They got some great ideas, and they have some very nice parts to hold on to, and they are substantially lighter than what you're used to seeing, whether it be billet aluminum or forgings. The pistons particularly were ridiculously light versus a forged piston. After checking them out, had some conversations with some folks who are in a position to know, and have had meetings with them about it. And being that they're a startup and new as they are, the price tag to get into something on a maybe is very, very high. They've already said that the rods are not going to work for diesels. Just the way a diesel engine produces torque on a cycle, they just won't handle it yet. They're not in that position. And the only photo I took on the PRI show floor was of the forged carbon connecting rod. But the team I did talk to that had these meetings with them said the piston technology is phenomenal. Its ability to, they claim, maintain its ring gap would be an absolute game changer if it performs the way that they claim it will through its thermodynamic capabilities. But the entry price to find out was for one engine, we're talking deep in the 5 figures for... do the math. That's a lot of money per hole to trash stuff. And it's like, you better have deep pockets to.
5 figures turns into 6 figures.
You're gonna you could probably figure just to find out on the pistons alone, you're probably gonna flush $100,000 down the toilet because you're gonna screw some up. You're gonna ruin them finding out. And there's the team that I was talking it over with is a diesel team. So you've got what they didn't have in the booth to show was a piston with a bowl in it for diesel use. These were flat top or just valve reliefed pistons for spark plug use. That's a lot of maybe. That's a lot of maybe to be a guinea pig on.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the stuff is
maybe
neat.
I don't want to take.
The stuff is neat though, and I think maybe the entry point to prove out the forged carbon's abilities as a dynamic material maybe comes more on the valve train side, where the parts are smaller, they're less complex to manufacture. Maybe somebody tries running a set of these forged carbon rockers and see if they live. Could be a thing.
I could see that in the near future more than anything else in the product line that they showed.
Yeah, I think the valve train stuff has more immediate gains to be had. Reducing weight in the valve train, especially at higher RPMs, is always that's the holy grail. How do we get over this giant ass cam and not bounce the crap out of everything above it on the way while it's fighting the springs? So, and that's way more so, I think, on the NA side, whereas the diesel side, the whole you're fighting boost pressures and drive pressures, and it just requires monster springs anyway to balance it out. But in the high RPM NA world, above 7,000 and keep on going, It could be something. It could be
Yep.
something.
I meant to ask you guys if you guys saw the monster truck that I think it's been powered by hydrogen now. The Jurassic Attack truck. I was wondering if that made an appearance at PRI at all, or if that was just out at SEMA.
Remember that I saw a monster truck in there, but I did.
There was one. It wasn't the hydrogen.
Yeah, I didn't go down every single aisle this year like I did last year. I just did.
Yeah, that one that you saw was the new Monkey Business body. I think
Yeah,
they
the hydrogen powered
ship.
The hydrogen power was not at this show. It was at I can't remember exactly what show it was at before. That technology has been in the works for multiple different engines for a while now, and I think it's going to be one alternate source that you see it make its way.
Exactly, Mac. You're right.
Yeah. Mr. Broaden, by the way, congratulations on getting into farm shows, sir.
Yeah, 100%. I will say actually on the polling side within the PRI show, one of the things that I did kind of drool over but didn't get to find out a whole lot about because Brent wasn't in the booth was the new light super.
It looks so good.
Very, very light.
Yes, it is extremely light.
It's this is 10.2 tenths. You know, I don't think he went too far beyond. He's an engineer. He understands where to go, but this is beyond 10 tenths max effort on a light super. It's beyond. If you think this tractor is going to appear in a heavy super class, no freaking way. The rear end of it will never live with 2,000 more pounds on it. Not going to happen. This is a max effort light super.
Have you heard weight with it empty?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And I will say the box on the nose is like heavy. It's built to have weight on the front. So I mean, even I think to know the unladen number would be a misnomer.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting, though.
I think a lot of it is the cylinder head technology.
Yeah.
The cylinder head technology of this one is supposed to be a little bit different. I think Brent's doing a lot of experimentation with it. It's gonna have the bugs worked out of it, but I think in the long run it's gonna be worth it for his time because he's gonna He'll probably find something knowing Brent.
I guess all you need to know is like they already must know what it weighs, what it's going to be close to weigh.
Yeah, that too.
Well, it's obviously very light. It's light enough. It's got METOSes on it, which in the 6,000 there aren't many that have done it, and the few that have tried, whee! So,
yeah, there's Mr. Brent Shore Fighty. What's going on, Bubba? Man,
boy, they're gonna have a busy Thursday night at Farm Show.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. The list itself still has not dropped yet. I kept checking every couple hours today, thinking. Me too.
Okay, it felt like today was the day. I don't see how we get to Friday night and it's not out. I mean, it's got to be this week.
It's probably going to come out for Yule Show tomorrow night.
We have no plans to do one.
Oh, really?
It's close to Christmas. There really isn't an appetite for many of us to really do anything, and I'd rather just be family time. And unless one of the guys comes out of left field and says, "Hey, I got something hot," or we want to do it, I will. Yeah. But there's no plans for a show actually tomorrow.
Well, y'all, in that case, if it comes out tomorrow or Friday or whenever, as long as it's not on Sunday or Christmas Day, we'll probably go live and whenever that list comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we've got a list of our own, but it's full of red and green.
Yeah. But I mean, it tells the tale of what we need to know.
Yeah.
For us.
There's been a lot out, a lot getting posted. The one that I think the couple classes I have not seen a whole ton of postings about really would be super stocks and the mods. Well, there aren't a whole ton of pro stock guys that I've got, I guess, on my Facebook. I mean, there's been a few and I've seen them. But I think mods, I want to say I've heard from one. Diesel supers, I've heard from one. Alcohol supers, big alcohol supers anyway, none.
Charles, you haven't seen our spreadsheet, have you?
No.
Oh, there is a lot. It looks like a Christmas ornament. I'll tell you that much.
Do you want to show it? Or do we want to wait?
Well, I might as well. Oh God.
Have you ran the number for how our percentage was here lately?
I have not.
Because at one point we were sitting there at about 74%.
We actually went up for a little while. We were sitting at about 77%.
That's went down the toilet here in the last day or two.
Yeah. Yeah, Brent, I totally agree. I 100% agree. So
Yeah.
without further ado,
You get it?
so y'all can see this.
Was this from last week?
Yeah.
So what you see is a lot of green, red, some blank that we have not heard of. Don't know if it's acceptance or denial.
Yep.
But there is quite a bit. I'd say we're doing okay so far.
Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I really do.
Well, I didn't do it
surprised me.
I didn't do it last year, the last 2 years, but I should show you guys a spreadsheet I did of I did this I think 3 years in a row of what I called farm machinery show same or similar. And it was a year-over-year look at is it exactly the same every night in terms of competitors, or is it at least similar where it's the same tractor either with a new owner or truck or a teammate tractor or truck same night? And some of it started to get really stand out, and I applaud actually Farm Machinery Show. I'm not at all going to claim I'm responsible for this, but manipulating their class structure and trying to get away from that. They've actually done some work. It's been good.
Yeah. Hey, Wyatt, if you can mark that one, that's another one in the hat right there. Special.
I can't see your comments. All I can see is my spreadsheet.
Bowsman's in with special edition.
Okay, I will mark that. So,
yeah, find stuff out live here, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. The way we've also got.
I'm looking through your spreadsheet, seeing if there's any others that I think I know about to just tip you off about it. But
I mean, it'd be nice. Super farms where we need the help, dude. I mean, these. I thought we would have all of those by now. I really did.
I did too.
But
I mean, we're not saying bad. I mean, look at the top, 14 or so out of the 15.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 13 green. There's 2 red.
Yeah.
So
if you scroll down too, you'll see.
We'll scroll down.
So the ones that are pretty well separated from the list itself, those are the ones that have gotten in that were not on our list.
But we're just putting them there anyways, just to show who is there and who else is
in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We probably ought to highlight those in green sometime.
We will. But this is just showing.
I just got a text that both Phillips tractors are in.
Live, we're getting closer.
I know. I like this. That's awesome.
If you look at the mod, don't notice below the list of the mod class some.
Yeah, Charles, have you seen that one?
American Thunder's in. Bill Voorhees is in.
Yeah. That.
My guess is going to be we're going to substitute Thunder for the Challenger. If I had to guess, I don't know if Walsh put in or not.
I do not know. Simons would maybe know, but can we talk about the tool drive class for a sec?
Sure.
Bucket list is in for Rule 19 is out.
Really?
I don't hold me to this, but I think Jake is redoing that truck.
Okay. High stakes horsepower. Why we have got people rolling in with the comments to add to.
Yeah, hold on. I wonder if I can see the comments. Okay. Where are we at here?
High stakes horsepower. Have you got that one marked?
It is under the 4-1 list. I'm trying to
Green Lightning is in. Southern Bell is in for 4-wheel drives.
Okay, Southern Bell. Bucket list for 4-wheel drive.
And now I just got another text that says something is coming out on Friday for NFMS. So maybe that's when it's dropping.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I'm around.
I should be there before the end of the, before he hit up against the Christmas weekend would be my thought.
I mean, I'm around Friday if y'all are.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have anything planned.
So
yeah, okay.
High stakes horsepower is right here. So you can see that right there. That's below the list. It's one we didn't have before.
Yeah. Quick question. Did you update the number on the right on that one? The right and the wrong.
I have not.
Okay.
I have not counted in a long time.
Yeah. Man, we were perfect on the four-wheel drive till then.
Mm-hmm.
Mark that in red.
First four-wheel drive we've gotten wrong.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. That's unfortunate. But
But-
still, irregardless, I mean, there's some new faces. There's some old faces, as usual. I mean, there's some they're in.
Yeah.
Some tractors that ran half the year and got in.
Yeah.
But it's filling up from our list, but I think it's still going to be a show as always.
It seems like that one spot on the list is the bad one to be because it's just like red almost the whole way across there.
You're right here.
Just right there. Just get away from that. I think.
I mean, the truth is, it's hard to know how many of those guys really didn't even apply for whatever reason.
Yeah, that was another thing we were talking about too, off here, obviously on phone, texting, whatever. I mean, you don't know.
Heck, Zane Daly on here, I mark him as red. He didn't even tell me they didn't apply until the day
after
he was on. The day he was on the live, he tells me that he has not applied. I was just like, Zane, you could have told me earlier.
Hey, here's some more. On the edge. And over the edge.
Travis, I've got him below the list.
Digging bone. Hey, Travis is watching though. Awesome.
Colin, what do you mean by this?
Killing time in unfinished business? Neither one. Ooh. Killing time's Halicki's, right?
Yeah, Dean Holicky. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
That surprises me.
So we have on the edge, just didn't get over the edge.
Well, that means we missed one up there. Two of them up there. Dang it.
Hey, you're gonna get that every now and then. Nobody's perfect. If you are, you're rigging the system.
Hey, we're doing better than I dare thought we would. Travis, this is what we've been going back and forth about too. We don't know. We've talked about it amongst ourselves. I mean, we know who did not put in. So,
but wait, does that mean Burgie's in? Travis?
Yeah, Travis is Burge. Or is there another one that we don't know? Charles, are you researching over there?
Yeah, I am too, but I'm looking at. Now that he chimed in, I'm looking at your list and kind of looking at it here.
Yep, Justin, we got The Rock. You can see it on the four-wheel drive list there. Right in that area.
It's out of frame at the second, I think. No, it's right there.
No, it's right there.
Yep.
Gosh, yeah. Who would be the sixth one?
Degenhart didn't apply.
Okay,
Degenhart didn't apply.
Blake Graves
didn't apply.
I mean, Blake Graves would be a place to go, but they didn't run much in 23. Not that matters. They've got history.
Neither did we.
Farm Show. They've got history at Farm Show.
It's not DeMars. I've asked Tabitha.
Okay.
It's not Tabby.
We're solving a mystery, folks.
I mean, I don't know. Could be one of the New York guys.
Who?
I mean, they had
Everman.
No, Chainbreaker and I forget their other one.
No, Bell fences aren't running indoors. Jacob told me that one.
Okay.
Oh, for real? Bradish?
No, Brent in the comments just said it's not Bradish either. My guess would be Blake Graves.
Travis, where you at?
Let's throw Travis in this thing. Can he give him a link?
Travis, can you come on?
If it's not Blake Graves, I don't know. Would Roger Peterson get in?
I don't think he applied. I don't think that tractor's ever ran indoors anyway.
That's why I say I don't. If it did, I'd have to go way back into time to.
Okay, hey, man. Let's re-explain this again. The green on the list, Mick, is the guys that we know and are confirmed in.
Mm-hmm.
The red are guys that are
we predicted that are wrong.
Yeah, if they either declined or didn't apply altogether.
Scrappy's a great guess, but I don't think he's never run indoors. I don't think he didn't apply.
He said he's not. Thumper is
Nick
in.
Broughton
Okay.
just said Thumper's in.
Okay, we can confirm that one because I was not. 100%
How are we nailing the 4-wheel drive? We know nothing about 4-wheel drive.
I don't know anything about 4-wheel drive.
Boyson says Scrappy. I'm about to be with your brother on this one. I'm about to lean that way.
If Matt would apply and it would be the 6-1, we haven't seen Matt in Louisville for.
Hey, mark another one.
Mick, please just keep rolling him in.
Travis, if you're still watching, if you want to come on and talk about this, you can.
What's funny is we've talked to some people that over the phone that have not gotten anything, a denial or an acceptance letter.
Yeah, I think there's still some mail out there, which is probably why we're not going to hear anything until Friday.
Yeah.
Right here in our own class, Farm Fed Deer, those guys across the road, the high-end hydro, they got their mail. They're a mile down the road. They haven't got anything.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
In 2 days, separate.
Charles, any idea on the Diesel Super?
I'm kind of leaning Blake.
I mean, could it be Hovden again? I mean, just throwing names out here at this point.
I don't know.
What about Vasquez's old tractor?
You mean Scott Frankie?
Uh-huh. I'd be curious. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, but the one class we are missing on here on this whole list is Pro Stocks. We didn't even try.
I'm not going to try and predict 48 Pro Stocks.
Mm-mm. Although we know one that got denied, but we understand why.
John Raymond or Everman?
Raymond. Brent, I wanted to ask you this. Has he ever ran indoors? Raymond? I think so, but I don't remember.
So at Keystone anyway.
Yeah, I want to say Keystone.
Brad, this is another one that I kind of wondered about, was if it was Deckard's new one. That's another one. I don't know where they're at on the motor.
Right.
I don't know where they're at. I mean, that y'all just keep rolling all that in. I mean, the more names we see, the more we can think kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows, mate? I mean, what about the Galat team? We haven't heard anything out of Galat or
Grant says Raymond's ran at
the Bandit made it in for Super Farm.
What?
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Super Farm or Light Pro? You think?
I think that's Light Pro. Yeah.
Well, hold on. We've already had Devin lined up for Light Pro already here. He's the fourth one down here.
Yep.
We knew that.
He says Raymond's been to farm show before.
Right.
He might have.
Right.
Hans Boxler? I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
With how well the tractor ran this year, don't put it out of possibility.
Why not? Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the rest of the tool drives are after that fiasco.
Oh, it is not It's not Everman's. Mysick just says they didn't apply.
I'm going to put my final guess down as Blagrave. And
I'm going to say it's Frankie.
I guess we'll see.
I think I would like for it to be Blagrave because it's Blagrave, but I don't know.
What about regional?
I just got a message. Tennessee Tracks is out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's replacing the one below, friend.
Well, here's the thing, though, with that one. I didn't really know. I thought that was one that could swing either way. But, I mean, he didn't.
He didn't run the tractor, diesel and alcohol in that building is just.
Now, whether he applied or not, I don't know. But I just
you can definitely tell that Jacob didn't have the year that he wanted.
Oh, I can confirm one in Superstock Diesel truck. Hodges on borrowed time is in.
Yeah.
That's right below the
That
list
was one
there.
we kind of left out. Probably dumb. We were probably dumb for that one. Yeah, tracks didn't apply. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, we'll just kind of let that simmer on the back burner if you want to, and just kind of go into our other topics.
But no, one thing have we ever heard of a defending champion getting denied before?
Only if it didn't apply.
Oh yeah, no, they did.
Oh,
they did.
Well, I could probably think of one. I don't know if I'd have to check myself.
Well, look on the top of the tool drive list.
It's happened this year.
It's right below Simon Says Chevy there. I've never heard of that.
Further back in time, but
yeah, on the edge, nothing easy about it. Wicked and Kathy's complaint out too.
Yeah, Petro's posted about Kathy's complaint not being accepted. As Buckeye Hauler got in, old Blue's in. Dang it, Stoney.
No. Dang it. Well, that sucks.
Stoney, if you know any other ones, please chime in.
Stoney's the one he knows everybody.
Who doesn't know Stoney?
Yeah, but I mean, we go back to the two-wheel drives here for a second. I mean, the on the edge and nothing easy about it. Wicked and Kathy's complained all in the red. I mean, whenever we made this list, I mean, I think we all kind of thought they were all locks.
Especially the top two reds, as
I know.
they were 1 and 2 in the finals last year, and one being a defending champion.
Buffalo Chip is out. Pocket Change 4-1 is in. Good call on that one, Wyatt.
Thank you, Brent Shorefighty.
Yeah, I just love how people are just like texting us all individually, like, "Hey, people are in or people are out." I love it. I love it.
I still think Brent. I still think you should have been after absolutely dominating TPC and doing very well in Silver Series along with Brett.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shameless.
Yeah, give me 1 second, Brent.
Shameless. Why is that one?
Shameless is the hunt from Texas.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, Joey, we got that one.
Well, we didn't get it. It's all marked on there. Yeah. No, there's some that
I hate it.
I will be dead honest. There's some on this list that got accepted. Let's be honest. Well, it surprises us. So,
I mean, they all ran good though. I mean, if you get into farm show, you did something right throughout the year. I think that's safe to say. But I mean, yeah, just not everybody can get in, unfortunately. Anyone heard if
no, I have not.
Hagedorn or Benjamin are in?
I would have asked.
I
would have asked Justin that question just because Justin runs a class.
Yep. Bucket list two-wheel drive. Have you added that one in by chance?
It's right here.
Yeah, y'all. All the ones down here. Well, y'all
right
probably
below
see my cursor. You can see why.
Right below, like this. It's anything like this below the list here. Is there ones that are in that were not on the list? If they're on the list, we're going to mark them red or green. In this case, Chevy should be red. Because Chevy is now a dirty purple.
Yeah. Do you have Keener for two-wheel drive? No. Did he get in?
Yes, he
right
did.
Here. He's right there.
Okay. Sauce up. Sweet. Hicktown Hurricane for 4-1. He's over there underneath.
I got to put that in. I did not have that in.
Oh.
Ask Easy if he applied for Louisville down at PRI.
And he didn't give you an answer, did he?
No, he did not.
Geezy. Why
the heck do you think it says it ain't easy being geezy? James is one of the. James was surprising to let Marcus Wilson jump on the CM's tractor this summer, and Marcus just like he's been a diesel for years, just pedals in, hits it, and does well. It's just his nature.
That might have been one of my favorite clips from the entire summer. That might have been.
Marcus walks up to the starting line. Marcus, what are you doing here? I'm running a tractor. They don't have light supers here. No, 4-1.
Geezy win points. I don't know.
Brent.
Wyatt, that's up there with you.
Yarin would know.
Yeah. Haven't seen. Yeah,
No.
Jamie, we got you. You were on our primary list to get in. Congratulations on that.
Jamie,
you had a heck of a year, girl.
You're right here, Jamie. Right above Life in the Past.
Congratulations. And to all of you competitors that are watching our show or in any regard, congratulations on getting into Farm Show. It's a huge achievement, no matter what. Congratulations.
In Light Super, you got one that just says JD. What's that?
That is Haney's John Deere.
That's Haney's John Deere.
I haven't heard anything out of them. Hey, Foster. Ethan. Geezy was third in WTPA and Region 3.
He ran a lot of places.
It's a pretty good year. Let's be honest.
Is there one that's
JD didn't apply?
Imagine trying to make these lists out of a whim like we do.
Yeah, I know. There's still a lot more green than red. I don't care what.
Is there one that stands out to you guys that is surprising? I mean,
that's in or out.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to characterize an out that's surprising because, like I said, I may not know why they didn't get in. You know, if they didn't apply, well, that makes it real simple.
Hey, Ethan, what about barbed wire?
Yeah.
You're sitting here commenting. We haven't got anything on that one. Or have you guys got anything? Maybe yours is over there with Jimmy's. He said nope.
They're in though.
Don't know if that means they haven't got anything or if they're out. I don't know. Not in. Two-wheel drive was hard.
There's 300 of them. What do you expect?
We haven't heard anything out of the full pole crew either.
Nope.
Texas two-step.
Cole hasn't posted anything.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, y'all see where we're at. I mean, we're the ones that are white. We're still waiting. I will go ahead and say there are maybe 3 or 4 on here that we've been privately told, but they respectfully ask us.
They don't want us to show it tonight.
Yeah. I mean, who are we to announce that they're in? I mean, it's their announcement to make.
So,
yeah, 300 two-wheel drive and all could win. That's exactly right. Jeremy said, awesome job. You got to be about 75%. I don't know how true that holds now.
If we hit the 70% mark, I'm going to be happy because
I said 100.
There's 180 plus vehicles on this list.
Mark Dixie Deer.
Thought so. I thought if Caroline got in, they get the other one in.
Yep. Speaking of which, that was one I was really glad to see happen. She ran her tail off on Mid-South this year, taking it to everybody. She did awesome.
And now she's trying to get she's in vet school?
Yeah, she's down in Auburn in vet school, and she's actually just got engaged recently too. So
boy, she's got everything. Boy, life is just throwing her a rabbit's foot right in her pocket right now.
No kidding. All right, y'all want to put this to rest for a minute, or do you just want to leave it up in the background so if people see it, they can mark it or they can comment it?
At this point, I don't think we're going to find out too much more.
Okay.
Unless somebody chimes in with something.
Oh, wait, there comes Travis. Hang on. I think L and L in super, and I'm thinking full pull. Do I know?
He thinks lock and load is in
Okay.
for sure. Contact Burgie for us.
I am thinking Full Pull should run a challenge on last Super.
On guesses.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's a guessing game at this point. I mean,
Travis, are you gonna tag team Brian in your trailer, or is you guys rolling down separate to farm show? So Brian Miller got in. That was sweet.
Brian Miller.
Digging bone.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of the most legendary classes of 4-1s. Go on my brother's YouTube page. You'll see it. I think Brian gets second or third. Goes 403 feet.
Yeah.
Almost the entire class is over 400 feet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He said, yes, we will be in the same trailer. Awesome.
Boy, that'll be a party trailer.
Yeah. By the way, to all the competitors that were okay with sharing that info with us, we appreciate it. That was awesome of y'all. Hopefully we don't get in too much trouble for showing that too early for who's in, who's out. Hopefully not.
I mean, a lot of it's gathered from the teams themselves sharing it, so it's not like it's necessarily a secret. You know, they put it out there as well. So if you know where to look, you can find a lot of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll be monitoring my phone here pretty close for the next couple of days to see when that list drops.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably go live and break it all down as a whole from their website, and then we'll put our spreadsheet together the full way and get a final percentage out of it.
Uh-huh. All right, we want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, sure. Sure. Y'all talk about that. I'm going to go run and do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Well, this is more or less a family thing, I should say. Well, our cousin is married to a dirt track racer up in Fountain City, Wisconsin, just north of where Brent Yarn lives. There is a race called the Big Deal and the Little Guy. They take 11 of the modified dirt cars, and you have to get voted in. To win is $100,001. Well, for us, it's kind of cool as our cousin's husband, Dustin Smith, got voted in as one of the modifiers to go up there and compete in that race. So they're racing on 2 different tracks, a quarter mile and 3/8 mile. So that is going to be one heck of a race. I know Brent kind of sucks that you're going out to Benson this year. That would have been a real cool race to go to. So I know we don't cover much on the dirt track side of it, but that's just one cool thing to share. Shavink just posted and they didn't get in.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, there's a surprise.
I'll be honest, that's a snub.
Yeah.
Winning a session last year, I would have absolutely thought that he would get back in. Go figure. Already. Yeah, that's one surprise.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's a lot of events that are posting, through PRI week and into this week. Some big money races out there for 2024. There's money being spent on motorsports. Just going to find out how to get some of it to maybe the sled pulling side as well.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to like drag racing side, the purse that come out for Pro Superstar Shootout. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Over 100,000 to win 3 different classes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Time out. Hey, sorry, but Wyatt?
Yep, we just went over that.
We just talked about it.
What?
Snub. Mm-hmm. Let's be real honest.
By the way, I got that text while I was away.
Sorry
to interrupt, but I just saw that and I said, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
Wow. I better not say any more.
Benjamin in.
Yeah.
Yep. Just got that one marked. We're increasing
so
our
talking
percentage.
About dirt racing.
Yeah. We kind of expanded even beyond that.
What y'all up to?
The money that's coming out for big events like the PRO Shootout, World Series of Pro Mod, World Cup Final, the Knoxville Nationals for sprint cars increasing their purses. There's money being spent in racing. Just need to figure out how to get it on the sled side.
Oh, I agree. I fully agree. But how do we do it's the question. What are they doing that we're not?
Great question. I'd have to know what they're doing to be able to answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
there's
ideas out there about
it. $200,000 to win for their sprint cars.
Yeah.
Yep, Eldor's had the $1 million for a while.
Yeah. So there's ideas out there of what they think will take pulling to the next level. But I don't think those ideas alone are going to be able to do it by itself.
Yep.
But what we've got to find ourselves is we've got to make ourselves more appealing. And I mean, we've had this discussion before. We need to have a reason for fans to. It's kind of like the old, and this might be a absolutely terrible comparison for it. The old WWE moniker of you are a wrestler and a blank. Like you had guys that had multiple characters and people associated with it. One of the biggest things of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What was the thing that he did that everybody associated with? Giving the middle finger to the boss. And we've got to find something to get more personal with our fans and draw more people to us as drivers, I think. I think that's part of it.
That's a part of it. I think I look at some of these events and I'll take World Series of Pro Mod and maybe the PRO Shootout deal kind of out of it because they're sort of the top level doing an all-star style deal. But some of these places like Knoxville Nationals raising their purse or Houston's raising their purse, well, those places have a weekly race program that goes for 5 months every summer. In one weekend, they blow the lid off the place. So they're supported by that. How do you expect a Fort Recovery that gets hooked on once a year to do the same thing? Where you've created now this local gravity for it, and then that one weekend a year you go crazy with it. I'm not saying that's the reason, but it's a thought that there's that dynamic going on of the constant attention, and now we've got this one weekend where we're going to bring in the baddest mofos you ever saw to do this.
Yeah. And I mean, here's more of the word I was looking for is to make ourselves more relatable to the people that are at the pools. Right. And I think that's something that Full Pull has done really well with the chats with the drivers that they've posted with the Robbie Russell. I think Kevin Masterson was another one.
Yeah.
And they've had a few more of those. I think that is an idea of how to make the sport more relatable to the common fan. Like, hey,
yeah, there's some truth
like
to that. There's some truth to that, I think, too, because I see it happen. Like, I'll be at an event, doesn't matter whether it's sled pulling or drag racing, and somebody will be with me who's new to the event or new to the sport, but they not necessarily new to the sport, but they're new to it at that level, and they know about it. But as soon as they go back in the pit area, they clam up and they're terrified because, oh my God, that's a legend. I can't talk to him. Well, bullshit. Come over here. Meet Joe. He puts his pants on one leg at a time, same as you do. Have a conversation. He's a nice guy. I'd be happy to talk to you. It's getting the fans over their intimidation factor.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think
I'll be honest, I'm still that way with some of the tractor pullers. I mean, I've been around my whole life. I'm still that way.
But you need something there to break the barrier. Once you break that barrier, open the gates. You're there. I think that's just one thing that you need to bring into it where, yes, and like this too, drivers want to talk to fans.
What we need is the merchandise in the stores. And I mean, but I don't necessarily know if commercializing is the correct term for that. But I mean, I agree. I mean, these kids, that's something that Monster Jam does really well. The kids can literally take it home with them everywhere they go. They can literally take it with them.
Yeah,
Fan
they
experience.
grow up, with that being a thing.
Mhm. And that is something that Case, or not, I don't know if it's necessarily just Case IH, but Ertl has done a really good job of with the toys, the pulling toys. I mean, they've been coming out with new sets, I think, every year for like the last 3?
Heck, every couple of months.
I mean, we've got them sitting out here on the shelf at the store now. That's where I'm doing the show tonight, actually. And I just think that's a part of it, being able to physically take it with you.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
That kid's gonna have fond memories of it and grow up with it, and it's already been talked about. There were stories. I think it was on jalopnik.com here a month or so ish ago where that was talked about. They interviewed some people who did that. Like they were the kids who grew up with it, had all the toys, and now they're there with their 6-year-old, and their 6-year-old's the same way. Like he's taking home.
That's
He's
exactly
taking home
right.
his little gravedigger to go play with it on across pillows and carpets on the floor, and can't wait to go again next year.
Yeah, don't get me started on what Monster Jam's become, though. Don't get me started on that.
But the previous way of doing it, what they did, is what makes people want to come back. If you break that point of people wanting to come back, you got them hooked.
Yeah, and I mean, PPL has also done a really good job in getting tractor pulling out there with their TV deals. I think that's something else that we've got to. I think that's another area.
Well, and there's an outlet right here. Motorsports Almanac, Sidetracked. There's opportunities to put these people in front of a crowd, and I know there's reluctance on the behalf of a lot of them. There's been a lot of them who said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be on your show. I'm happy to talk to you in the pit area. I'll tell you anything you want to know, but I don't want to come on the program. And there's their own insecurities and fears about it too. Like we have to realize that there is still plenty of people in the sport who are intensely competitive and also intensely shy.
Yeah. Brandon says, I'm always willing to talk to fans. I'm still scared to walk up to legends in the pits, but every time I have, they're willing to talk to me. A little personal story from that. There was one time at Chapel Hill, Tennessee, I walked up on Mr. Ken Vinny and LD Nation talking. This was little 8-year-old me too. That was I was scared to say a word, but they welcomed me and gave me both their autographs. It was awesome.
I can tell you from experience, there's drivers want to talk to fans. They're not, no,
y'all
not going to yell at you.
Open. Any of my common fans that are watching, I don't care what motorsport realm you're from. If you're come to a tractor pull, I mean, come and find us. I mean, we're going to be at National Farm Machinery Show here coming up. We're going to be in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm going to be at Midwest Motor Nationals, or at least playing on it right now. Come find us. Come talk to us. We will talk to you guys.
If you need a channel like us to bring you to a legend, if you're scared to talk, if you want to talk to them, we can bring you to them. We're not scared.
Yes,
we're humans. We are humans.
Experience.
Yeah, I think the fan experience thing. Jamie's comment here is very interesting because I've also thought of the same thing of like a merchandise trailer, like what NHRA does.
Jamie, I will tell you this. Give me a little time.
It's an idea that we've pondered.
Give me some time.
There's one place that's kind of doing it, and I'm not going to disparage anybody publicly, but it's someone I don't necessarily approve of. But there are alternatives to make this happen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jamie, I like your idea though. Maybe NTPA and Ertl could work together. See, now I think they did in the past years ago. I think there was a toy pulling set that was actually of Toma. If I'm not mistaken, I might be full of it, but I think that was a thing at one time.
I think there were a handful done, but I don't believe it was Earl that did them. It was somebody else, and it's escaping me who.
Bits and pieces of it are still sitting in my house. Our stuff is on Angry Duck. I mean, that's another place. Angry Duck.
There is stuff in the works for teams that work with Angry Duck to do that next year. Like what Jamie said above, they're working on it.
They're doing great things. And I mean, it's good exposure for Angry Duck.
They're doing good things.
Yeah, they are. But no, I mean, I agree. I mean, we've got to do a better job of marketing ourselves, but we've got to do it in the right way.
Not shut everybody else down.
Yeah.
This is a promotion of all things that we do, because our, like PRI, it's a promotion of everything, not just one.
Yeah.
So, Jeff Walters is Micro Machines. I think Micro Machines is the one you're talking about.
Micro Machines.
Yeah, they did do a bunch. I never had them. They kind of, I came of age maybe I missed the boat on the Micro Machines just to buy a little bit, but I did have the Matchbox ones, and I still have a couple of them upstairs.
I think Mission Impossible was actually one of the micros.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that. Yeah. There was a couple of more. I don't know what else they were, but they were. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
I mean, it was not puller specific, but they had a sled pulling with the weight.
Well, there's another specific toy.
Had them. They were the smoke and shakers. So they had like a Bigfoot and a funny car called Tennessee something. There were a couple others.
Yeah. I watched a really interesting video on Pulling Reference the other night of funny car style bodies doing a drag race of tractor pulling. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was a thing in the late 80s at several places. They did the Silver Dome, Super Dome.
Yeah. I saw Orange Blossom special on there the other night too. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was a thing. I remember going to the Silver Dome and watching them do it with mini rods.
The drag racing part of it?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Early or mid 1990s when they did that. I'm gonna say
they had trouble getting them stopped.
Well, it was a pretty damn short course. I mean, they weren't letting them go very far, maybe 150 feet, and then that was finish line. Well, that was the same night that they had decided for the monster trucks they were going to go for a long jump. And I forget who it was. It was I'm not saying this is because it was a girl, but the girl driver, just no fear, cleared those cars and went right into the far wall. I mean, just
that's the same place, same year.
Yeah, same event.
Oh Lord, it's crazy.
Nowadays, that's half of them in freestyle. They just blow the tires completely off of them. But back then, that was kind of like a. Oh.
Yeah. Bradley, are they going to have Orange Blossom make an exhibition hook again this year? I hope so.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. That one's coming up here soon. Have you guys gotten into the NHRA rule discussion and the Milliken video or no?
I watched it. What it was about. Charles, you can kind of elaborate on it more.
So here's what happened to them at the Dallas race. Car went into a big wheel stand off the starting line. And when it came back down, the very front tube that the wing mounts to on the frame is hollow, of course, and it's a cavity where you can but secure weights to balance the car. And they had a shot bag in there. The cap at the back of the tube failed. The shot came out on the track. The way the ruling reads, there is a little bit of confusion about whether shot's illegal because the one rule says you can't use it, then the very next one says you can, provided it's secured in the proper box. It came out, so that makes it seem like it's sort of cut and dry as a failure. But the way the run transpired with a massive wheel stand and them shutting it off because otherwise he was going over.
Yeah.
The team's point was, well, if we'd have slammed it down on a body panel and fell off, he wouldn't have disqualified us. If we'd have blown the engine all over the track, he wouldn't have disqualified us. And there's been plenty of precedent for that, but weight came out, so you did. There is precedent that weight is treated with a very heavy hand in drag racing in terms of a safety thing. So
NASCAR is the same way.
I mean, was there fine and points penalty outsized, that could maybe be debated fairly, I suppose. What isn't really cool, though, is that he found out like 7 a.m. in the morning. He just happened to have his email open on his phone a week later that, hey, you guys are disqualified from the whole race. Not the round, the whole race. And he's like, oh, wait a minute. You're gonna wait a week to completely cut us off with the knees when there's been other situations throughout the summer that by Monday, pretty much everybody knew what was up.
Yeah, and no communication from anything in person at all, just out of the blue.
Yeah. I think the only, and he didn't actually, that I remember, touch on this. I think the only procedural comp he's got that would invalidate his point on that is NHRA's confiscation of Angie Smith's bike after her wreck and not even telling the team where the bike was or when they could have it back, and then just magically calling them, all right, you can have it now. Didn't tell them why they took it, didn't tell them what they were doing with it, didn't tell them where they took it, just confiscated the bike.
Didn't say if it was a safety issue, a performance issue, nothing. It was just nothing.
And I think they could have used that maybe to their, and maybe they, in their appeal they did. He just didn't touch on that in the video. I don't know.
Yeah, that I completely missed that. I don't know how I did, but
the bigger consequence was with the points loss, it put them in a position where as a team, there's incentives that are available to them by finishing better that it cost Rick Ware Racing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They have a small NASCAR team, don't they? I didn't know that they were all tied.
NASCAR, and they own an IMSA team as well.
Their NASCAR team.
Isn't the new top fuel driver from England driving for Rick Ware Racing? Or is that, am I thinking of a different one?
No, she's not from England. She's from Finland or something.
Is it Rick Ware or is it a different team that she's driving for?
No, it's somebody else. I can find that. There are a few drivers who are going to be new to Top Fuel this year. One who is quietly not going to be a part of it is going to be Austin Prock. They're parking his car due to lack of funding.
Oh, really? No, really?
Yeah, they lost Montana as a sponsor, and until they find one, they're going to retain him, but it'll be like last time. He'll be pushing brooms or something until they find money.
Jeez.
Now does that messes up the 16 car field now? They'll be down like 15 currently, won't they? For full-time season?
I don't think so. No, Ida Zetterstrom is going to be part of JCM Racing, which is
that's who it was.
Yeah. So she's coming in.
Is it Buddy Hall?
Buddy Hall was another one that announced. I think there was at least one other.
Smoke.
Smoke, but he's just substituting for Leah. Not a new team or a new entry necessarily. Sorry, I'm reading.
There's one more. I know there was one more.
There's one more.
I can see his face too. I saw it the other day.
Because wasn't the guy who was tuning Paul Lee going?
He went over to Cruz Pedregon to crew that car.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
But Medlin did not go with him, as was originally reported.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh, it's not in here. Anyway, there was one other. Find it another thread. There was one other that I know of. Got announced.
Yeah. When did they kick off their season again?
Early March.
Early March.
It's later.
Not in Pomona again.
Yeah, not in Pomona again.
As it should be, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that necessarily. The tradition part I don't like it, but I also hated kind of how the first part of the year started for them. They went back and forth across the country within 4 weeks like 3 times. It was stupid.
Yeah, their schedules kind of
went from Pomona to Gainesville, then back out to Phoenix.
Yeah. And they kind of fixed that the last couple of years. Oh, well, totally forgot about this one. We're going to see Jasmine Salinas in a car at some point.
That's right. It was her and Shoemake.
Ooh.
Yep, Shoemake was another one. Yep.
So do you think, let me ask you this. Do you think Stewart's going to have his own car by the time this is all said and done after he runs a year in Top Fuel?
That
I
is
thought
his car.
a second one that he runs all the time.
No, that is his car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. He'll probably do it for a year, but you know, if Leah gets to a point where whatever their family stuff is, the private lives is irrelevant, but where she's ready to get back in the car and wants to, I think he'll get out and put her back in.
Yeah. Charles, Outlaw Diesel Drags released their schedule too, didn't they?
Ours has been out for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think you and I were texting. I noticed one event weekend moved, and that was going to Bowling Green, Kentucky, moving back a week.
I don't remember if it was back or forward, but it moved 1 week from where it was last year. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
hopefully I get to go to that.
We got 2 new places on the tour to bookend the season. We start in Orlando, which we've never been to, and we finish at Keystone, south of Pittsburgh, which we've never been to either.
Oh, wow. You're going to be driving a little bit there, Bubba.
Actually, believe it or not, in terms of, I looked, by mileage from my doorstop, Keystone is actually the closest. It's even closer than Indy. Because I shoot across Ohio and I'm there.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, Keystone would be which side of Pennsylvania, though?
West. It's south of Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, that's short drive.
You're right there on the... Yeah, you're right there on the border at that point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outlaw Diesel Super Series is on the rise, and watch out, everybody.
I so hope I get to go to Bowling Green as long as I don't have a pull or something going on.
The spring, the earliest year, part of the races, and the last race of the year, numbers are going to be dumb. I mean, there's going to be 3s everywhere. 200's getting smashed. Somebody's going to do it.
How many records do you think we'll see broken?
Lots. Dragsters and Pro Mods, the numbers are going to start tumbling. They just are. And Dragster, it's probably going to get even worse because, I mean, we're staring at the possibility of 6 or 7 regular cars next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a time when it was 2, and I was terrified that Dragster was going to die. And, you know, now there's more coming. And if every chassis I knew of that a diesel guy had was out, we'd have over 10.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's an exciting thing to see, and it's growing, and it's great.
Yep.
Let's just say that.
We do have another list to go through.
Yeah.
We have one more.
Oh yeah, wait, that's right. Murfreesboro did come out.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to put you two on the spot, or not on the spot, but for the end of the show. Come up with a prediction that you think is going to happen in the motorsports world. I don't care if it's pulling, dirt, or drag. Come up with a bold prediction you think that's going to happen this year
for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it in 2 motorsports.
I'll give you to the end of the show.
I got one, and I'll tell you where I think it's going to happen.
Go.
Not now.
Oh,
wait.
God.
Yeah, let me make sure this is
we'll leave
work.
the teaser out there for it.
Well, yeah. All right, so
I'll tell you mine. One of mine is drag racing. One of mine is pulling. So I'll tell you.
The one I thought of is drag racing, and I got a sneaking suspicion we thought of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, so here is the Friday night session of Light Limited Supers for Southern Invitational. Barger's going. Gary, let's say that's Gotherman.
Yep.
Jerry Sipes, Austin, Withington.
Yeah, I don't know that name honestly.
Either Kevin Miller, Chuck Dye, Floyd Chingleton, Perry Baird. I've already been told they are scratch. Greg Jones, Evan McDaniel, Michael Rose, Richard Taylor, Kyler here, and then Terry Benson from Wisconsin. That Humming Harvester's going. They're spending a little time down here, it seems like.
They want to go everywhere.
They're going to Lexington here at the beginning of the year.
Terry told me that straight out. They want to go everywhere.
Yeah, they're going to Lexington, and then now if only I could talk them into going to Ship.
They already called Clint on that, and they are not going to be able to.
Oh. That sucks. Superstar Diesel and Alcohol Tractors, Mr. Perry Drexage, Larry Phillips, Kevin Van Slyke, Bill Bowman, Bernie Plotz, Mike Wilhite, Fred Roach, Kevin Esri, Jacob Fuquay, Jason Smith out of Mississippi. I've never seen that one. I don't know who that. I'm not sure about who that.
It's Cody
tractor.
Agent's old. It's Cody Agent's tractor they ran at Chapel Hill.
Oh, so that's old Fearless Farm all then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jody Womble and then Daniel Northcutt. So you've got a pretty good class of light supers there. Light supers there. I'll go ahead and say light super because the diesels weigh 7,000. Pro Stock Diesel trucks. I mean, I can take a pretty good guess of where the winner's going to come from, I think. Goodness. Adam Kincaid's coming. Clayton Johnson, Jacob Campbell, Blair.
All you need is Jason Lehman.
Yeah, I know.
5,000 cash out of hood. Do it.
Do it. Call him out.
It was fun.
Hey,
that was fun.
Let's do this again. Indoor edition.
Yeah.
It needs to happen more. There needs to be more. Not just shit talking. I mean, call outs. Just hey, I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna say I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah. Sean Siegel, Wyatt. Any idea?
Sean Siegel.
86 series out of Southeast Michigan. It's a fairly new tractor.
Okay.
I don't know what the history is on it.
Yeah, Brad Woods, Cruz Basham. That's an Oliver. We've got Matt Crow and Tim Perry coming from Cali. They've been to Murfreesboro before. They'll be fun to see. Mr. Bernice Vandergriff, Green Fever, Andy Schwank is coming. Freeze is supposed to go, and then Harold Gamble with Santa's Express. And that'll be another fun Super Farm class. 85 Pro Farm. Oh, I've got to text them for Esden. I haven't done that. Justin Massey, Nathan Tucker, Bubby Race, Keith Race, Jason Zumbalin, Mike Stewart. That'll be the New Holland.
Wait, hold on a minute. Back up to Sean Siegel and Super Farm. I didn't realize this. That's Capozzo's crew guy. Is he bringing down and going to run Crew Intentions?
Well, there's no clarification. There's no name of the tractor, so that could be a possibility.
I forgot I forgot that was his last name.
Capozzo.
I might be Capozzo's tractor.
I mean, I'd like to. They talked about coming last year. They just weren't together.
Yeah, so that might be what's going on there.
Maybe. Good realization, Charles. I like it.
Go for it, Sean. Your favorite Canadian.
Yeah. Massey, Tucker, Race, Mike Stewart, Byron Ambergy.
Yep.
Tony McMullen, and then Brian Gerling. Esden, I will text them for you. I forgot to do it today. I'll text them and find out if they'll let y'all come down. We'd love to have you though if they do. And then Saturday midday, I'm really looking forward to this because there's going to be some really good tractors that end up not making the finals. I mean, I think the Saturday afternoon is absolutely stacked up. Shingleton, Jeff Wright. I think that's going to be the Dark Fired Express, right? Or Coal Fired Express. If I'm not mistaken.
Dark Fired.
And then there's Adam. Monica Shaw, Adam Wright, Bill Bowman, Steve Dye, Jeff Dykes, Brian Miller. He's coming back with Case of Alcoholism. He's been absent for a couple of years. Can't wait for that one. Austin Withington, I think. Brad Ackridge, Lawrence Phillips, Chris Moore out of Ohio, Philip Anderson, Kent Anderson, and Larry Anderson. Boy, we have 3 Andersons. Good grief. And then our 95 Hot Farms look just as good, too. Jordan Harris, Fred Giesler with his 2 out of Indiana, Marvin Boggs, Tyler Hamilton, Adam Elpers, Brian Rexing with his 2, Mike Dixon. And yes, that's the Mike Dixon that runs 10,000 or did run 10,000-pound Hot Farm. He's entered into that. I have not talked to him to see if what he's doing on that front. And then Tony Weber and then Daniel Bugg out of that one. And then Pro Stock Diesel, or not Pro Stock Diesel, but just Pro Stock Trucks, we have Josh Reed, Wesley Lusk, Brad Hunter, Andrew Powell, John Johnson, Randy Miller, and Shad Turner, I think. on that one. Then 10,000 Hot Farm, Jim Hornback, Jared Bell, Mark Hale, Jordan Harris, Sean Ross, Adam Patterson, Channing Swindle, Brian Swindle, Randy Simmons, and Tyler Tucker. I'm going to be curious to see what this one is. And then all of those, the Econos, Chris Powell, Dwayne Harrell, Riley Worley, Jeffrey Reynolds, Mason Steinman, I think, Blaine Head, Jed Wildbaum, Charles Shelton.
Cursive, can you?
Do what?
I said you can't read cursive, can you?
Not when it's that close together, no. Connor Whitting, Danny Luskin, John Kuhn, or Kuhn, one of the two. And then that is February 2nd and 3rd there at the Tennessee Miller Coliseum. And then you have the start times for each session there on the flyer. That'll be a great show. I'm going to be really curious to see what Mike Dixon is doing with his tractor. I don't know if he's putting a full-blown Hot Farm engine in it or what he's doing with that one, actually. Because I know he signed up for 95 Hot Farm and Ship, too. So I don't have a clue. Charles, what else do we need to know on the Ship Shawana front? I think I talked to Mr. Tucker earlier this week. He said we're up to 12 5.0s that have committed in.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. 4-1 trucks were struggling. I think last I knew we were at the 2 that are shown. I haven't looked today to see if there's more, but that's kind of that class we're kind of hurting. We want to see what you guys can do indoors and see if it could work. I'm not sure 2 tells us. I think if we could get to 6, we would be satisfied anyway to kind of tease everybody and show them what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I know the plans are pretty deep as far as you would not believe the amount of work they do sitting down and planning out where everybody's going to park, splitting down guys across class flights and finals so that they can kick them out of there, to be honest. I hate to phrase it that way, but get you out so that somebody else can come into your slot with a hauler for later in the weekend. It really is that closely timed out, closely watched. Same for pit areas. All the stalls, if you've been there as a competitor, you know this. Your stalls are always numbered. You go to the same spot, and that's all premeditated with classes being kept together and in hook order and whatnot. It's all part of what lets us turn the hooks as fast as we do. If we didn't do that front end work, we couldn't do it. And unfortunately, as we discussed, we're probably not going to be at Ship Shawana at the MEC for 25. So we get to go learn a whole new building and figure this all out all over again.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But it's exciting.
Yeah. To kind of see where it could go and what place it's going to be. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's...
We know some that it's not. Some conversations have already been had. So.
Yeah. Dusty and Courtney Berry, thank y'all for liking the video tonight. I got the notification here on my phone of y'all liking it. I hope you guys are doing good and hope to see you guys back in the pulling world soon if you're still watching.
Yep.
We miss you guys.
Me too.
We forgot to... I'm going to hint at this. PRI had a discussion with someone about a potential interview. Y'all are going to really love this one.
Oh, yes, we did. And whenever
when it happens,
busy,
whenever he's done busy, we need everyone to share it as many places as possible.
They've got to get through some dirt events, and then he said he's game on. So
that's all we're gonna tell you.
and we may have a special guest to go with him.
Yeah,
if that works out.
Something we kind of thought was impossible.
Impossible? You could say that. All right, do we want to get to our predictions for next year?
Yes, please.
I got two, and they're both drag racing related.
Oh, you gotta have one for sled pulling. Come on.
Well, I don't know if mine's more or less a prediction for pulling. But
all right, Charles. Shoot.
Charles, you go first with your racing one, or one of them at least.
The first one, kind of already talked about it. And I'm going to say it's going to be Jared Jones at race number 2 of the ODSS series. The Scheid car finally goes 200 in the 8th. And that'd be the first diesel through 200 at the 8th mile.
How fast has he ran before, just for
196 and change.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I bet you he's found that by now.
They're going to change the clutch program and go to a slipper style. I think it'll get him there. I think going to that and putting the slip in the bell housing and off of the tire shake that he's notorious for driving through, I think it gets him there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. My drag racing one. Top Fuel. I'll say the Top Fuel AT record gets broken at one of the races.
Ooh. Okay. Charles, what's your second one?
It's also Top Fuel, and I think it happens at the PRO shootout. Somebody goes 340.
Ooh.
That was gonna be my other one if I would have had another racing prediction.
Yep.
Okay. Mine's on the pulling side. I'm gonna say the King of Smoke gets another title on the Diesel Supers.
Bold one. That's a bold one.
That's a very bold one. I know.
That man's determined to get something. He's determined to get it.
Mm-hmm. I made a prediction last year that Kent Payne was going to get one. He did. I don't know how I got that one right, but I guess I did.
I'll tell you another one. I think we see a rookie win a Grand National title this coming year.
Okay. What do you mean by rookie? They considered Brent Meyer a rookie this year. What do you consider rookie?
First time running the Grand National Tour. I don't know who.
Off the top of my head, I don't know anybody who's like coming in brand new cold. So
there's a couple here and there. I'll put up Joe Ader gets win number 100.
Oh yeah.
I think that might have been a given.
What's he at? 98.
98, I think, right now.
Charles, do you have one for sled pulling?
Yeah. I'm going to say that no one is a repeat champion.
Shoo.
Seeing as the only repeat champions were Adam Bauer and NHRA, there wasn't any other ones.
And I don't know about his tractor personally, but NHRA, I'm looking at one class where they have massive change in chassis rules.
We haven't even discussed
almost
that.
All of the turbo classes have differences that are going to affect some things. I feel like there's enough sea change out there right now, and there's probably other stuff coming down the pipe we don't even know yet because they've been slow rolling the rule changes out. I say no one repeats.
Do we want to discuss the mini rod rule that came out? I didn't even think about it. I completely slipped my mind.
Charles, do you think this will happen?
Good chance, yes.
After winning a damn near record number of races this year, I could see that happening too.
Damn near went wire to wire this year.
Yeah. So the mini rod rule that came out stated that the driver's feet have to be within the rails.
And the brake pedals have to be behind the bell housing.
I think that's the right call. After seeing the rollover that I saw at Pullers Championship last year, yeah, that needed to happen because I got nervous because I saw how exposed the leg was. I think it was just a matter of time before it came, but I think it's the right move.
All right. I don't know if this has been asked or not, but who could escape faster if they rolled over, Tyler Slaw or Adam Kester?
That's a fair point. I still feel safer though with Adam.
I don't know. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. If you're Bruce Tyler or Dick Starhalter and you want to hug a Hemi, you go right ahead and do it. I wouldn't mind a Nerf bar rule, maybe just a little something to keep the foot up on the peg. But other than that, if you want to do it, and I've told Tyler this, I'm not saying anything Tyler hasn't heard me say. If you're dumb enough to do it, I'll pay to watch. I think I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't do it.
It made me cringe at TPC last year. I mean, I just kind of went like, oh, please tell me that didn't get him.
And if it had been me in the seat, I probably would have got hurt. But Tyler has literally grown up in the Mini. He knew what to do. And it isn't the first time he's rolled one that's built like that. You know, he knows what to do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think his is the most dangerous thing in motorsports, really.
No.
Top Fuel Harley.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't even have a roll cage or nothing or 5-point harness. You're on the bike.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing against them. I mean, at all. I mean, the innovation they had was great. I mean, there was nothing that said they couldn't.
Anybody want to go try to set the world water speed record that has like a 60% fatality rate?
No.
I'm predicting that nobody's going to reset that either.
Well, there's guys trying.
There's guys trying.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dustin, can I throw on it? Okay, we'll take we'll take predictions. Throw
Dustin, come on. All y'all, come on.
Throw your predictions. We want to just want to hear them.
Yeah. One last look at our list. Wyatt, you're going to go in there and adjust the number at some point.
Yeah, I'll get it.
We found out a lot of information, though, just in this show about who's in, who's out.
It's filling up fast. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. I think when we know, it's going to be interesting to see who else is in. But
yeah,
El Nino wins NTPA championship this year.
He's going to run PPL.
He's going to run PPL. I could see a PPL championship.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past him.
No, not at all.
He'd be the first red pro stock since Mays and your brother went both associations in 2019.
That was awesome that happened in the same year. That was absolutely awesome. I like it.
Would it be a bad prediction to throw that in one of the light super classes there would be a different color that wins a championship?
Different color in sheet metal or different color in engine?
Sheet metal, because most of them run, black burn or said deer power. Well, if Terry's come back, I would not put Terry's away from anything PPL or Outlaw.
They need to be back. I miss that tractor.
That's the best running AC Light Super out there without anything proven from Brent Payne. Prove me wrong.
Fair point. And who knows? Maybe they're the mystery one to get into Farm Show. I mean, we don't know.
Oh, Lordy.
I would love for them to be.
So, all right.
All that means we'd have to be more wrong again on that list.
Yeah.
How have we not heard anything out of Midnight Raider, by the way?
I don't know. Jim really doesn't. His son, I don't really see much on socials from them. They're pretty quiet.
Okay, Morgan, I was sitting here thinking about that. What if that one truck's allowed to run? I like that truck, and I hope it is.
You mean Cummins Killer?
No. Binder edition.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Why?
Against the rules for both PPL and NTPA.
What part about it is? I do
it's over 460 cubic inch D-strokes. You can't do that.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I thought it was because it wasn't a half-ton block.
Actually, that's the root rule. It's not a half-ton block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where you have to go with it, because they did make a 436 and a 414 version of that block. So not being a half-ton block is the actual rule. It doesn't have anything to do with the 460 cube max.
I wish that truck could.
Morgan says Cummins Killer. I think we're going to need to look out for that truck this coming year after DIDC.
Maybe. Don't you think if they would have been in the Farm Show, they would have posted it by now?
I think it has the same thing to do with Scrappy. It has to do with flow.
Yeah, it's a fair point. It's an absolute fair point. What do y'all?
All right, you ready? You ready to stick a fork in this?
Yeah. Did we talk about Gateway at all?
Oh, the dirt race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to be honest. I knew what was going on. I didn't pay any attention to it.
I didn't either.
Same
I
here.
saw a bunch of crashes. A bunch of
Yeah, that's
crashes.
true. There was a whole bunch of flips.
Good Lord.
So
Chili Bowl's
I'm ready
coming up.
Yeah.
Yep, dirt's moving in. It'll be
We've
in
got,
3 weeks.
just off the top of my head, polling wise, in some sort of chronological order, Lexington's coming up, then to Ship, then we go to Murfreesboro. Zellwood and Satsuma are both in there too.
Yeah.
And then we go to Murfreesboro Farm Show, and then Keystone. And then if
Is that a move for Murfreesboro to be in front of Farm Show, or has it always been?
It's always been.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's always been the week before for some odd reason.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because Tucker and I were talking about that the other night, how everybody would always load up from Gordyville and go straight to Murfreesboro.
They still do that indoor deal at, I think it was in Murray, Kentucky. They did one.
No, I tried to get that to come
somebody
back
hit the
while I
wall.
was in college. I tried to get them to do it again.
Gotcha.
It's just so hard, and once the one tractor hit the wall there and the driver got billed for the damages and stuff, it just hasn't happened. I walked into that arena for the first time whenever I was at Murray State for college, and I was like, how in the world did this work?
Yeah.
It was so small.
I wish TNT would go back to Tennessee as well to Battle Arena. That was always a fun event. I went down there in person one year back when Andrew was still alive. Why am I saying Pine Top? That's not right. That's North Carolina.
Oh, Lordy. Where would that have been held at?
Then we have Mac Trailer coming up in April.
Yep.
And then Hammond, Louisiana for Mid-South starts in March.
There's something in North Carolina, Davidson, North Carolina as well.
That's that
Battle Arena is not the right name. That's Tunica. I'm mixing my antique pulling venues because there's big outlaw events at both places.
I started typing in Battle Arena. I got Tunica.
White Pine. Thank you. White Pine. Gosh, I was drawing a total blank.
They just had antiques in there the other night.
Yeah.
They used to have a big pull in there, though. I don't know. I think once Instigator kind of took out the sand pile, I think they kind of decided they were done with that. I'm with you, though. I wish that one would come back. It's close for me.
Nice building. Nice building to have it in. I enjoyed it.
It's got the Coliseum-style seating in it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's where I wish we could have more of, is seating like that for these indoor pools. Because
we tried for Ship's replacement, but dates didn't work. So
really,
yeah. We looked at going back to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they had it
style.
It is, and they were willing to do it. 300-foot track, they were willing to do it, but it would have put us right on top of Keystone. And we're like, well, we're not doing that.
No, because how many guys from Pennsylvania and Maryland?
Yeah,
and
it didn't make sense.
No,
it didn't make sense.
No. Well, do y'all have anything else, boys?
Nope, it is Christmas season, people.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do not.
Want to say thank you to every single one of y'all that have supported us so far. I know I say that after every show, but we really do mean it. You guys have taken something we created literally 6 months ago and have grown it to what it is now. We can't say thank you enough. And the connections it's made for us with pullers and stuff like that, it's awesome. And not even just pulling, but with the drag racing, the interviews we've gotten to do and the experiences we've gotten to have in just 6 months is absolutely awesome. And we wouldn't be where we are without any of y'all. And Charles, you for believing in us too and
you're welcome.
Encouraging us to do this. It's
happy to see you guys having the success.
Yeah, this is something we can never say thank you enough for. Something I've always dreamed of doing, and it's happening.
Yep, you're welcome. You guys have earned it all the way.
Yeah.
Just had to
boys.
Prod you a little, that's all.
Do what?
Just had to prod you a little, that's all.
Yeah. We figured out we loved it.
Yep.
We've kept it together since. It's awesome. But y'all be on the lookout for us. If you guys see anything, hear anything, if anything newsworthy at all, send it to us. We'll at least look at it.
Yep.
it'll be a topic probably in the next show.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. Yeah.
But anyways, let's take a fork in it, boys. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, and thank every single one of you. Be on the lookout for something new coming from us on the January 3rd show. As long as I get everything edited together correctly, we're going to have something really cool to debut on the January 3rd show. And I'll leave y'all with that.
Captain.
See you guys. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.